are here at the 2023 BT Awards. I'm with Vibe Magazine. We're speaking with K Camp today. How
What's
are
happening?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So the first thing I want to talk about on a global scale, we are celebrating and recognizing 50 years of hip hop, 50 years of music, 50 years of culture. With the entire 50 years, what are some of the best or your favorite hip hop albums of all time?
Of all time, it's a good one. I say Wayne Dedications, um, Jay Blueprint. I wouldn't say this album, but a whole bunch of Gucci albums, but they were mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You know, it's a lot of T.I., Urban Legend. You know what I'm saying? The ones that we grew up on for real, like, and of course my albums. You know what I'm saying? The ones I dropped, but like just all the classic stuff that we came up on, Chicken and Beer, Ludacris, shit like that, South shit.
I was about to say, so you kind of you mentioned the Gucci Mane mixtapes, and you mentioned T.I., and you mentioned Ludacris, Chicken and
Yeah,
Beer.
yeah,
Like being from Atlanta and being from
yeah.
Georgia, how has that influence there impacted you creatively?
Man, it influenced everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all we came up on. High school, middle school. You know, that was the soundtrack to our lives. We played ball, so we just play. You know what I'm saying? Everything they were talking about, that's what we was on. So, you know, that created and inspired what I am today.
And a lot of the hip hop recognition, again, like hip hop in general, a lot of the media recognition, it's always a lot of coastal bias. There's a lot of East Coast, there's a lot of West
Yeah, for
Coast,
sure.
and people kind of. Of now the South is booming, of course, but you
Yeah.
have to go back to when Andre 3000 had that moment. The
Oh yeah,
South
for
had
sure.
something to say.
I wish
and
I would
ever
have said
since
that. I wish I was the one who said that.
right. Ever since then, the South kind of been like coming with it, and you're a part of that.
Yeah.
Can you just speak to being a part of that legacy of Southern hip hop and where you hope to see it continue to grow in the next 50 years?
Yeah, I want to see it keep growing, but to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause when I seen that moment years ago, I never thought I'd be a part of that or even meet 3K. You know what I'm saying? I remember I used to text his assistant when I was in my mama's basement, like, can they just listen to my music? And she was like, hey, we ain't doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing it all come full circle, it's a blessing. I'm grateful, and we're gonna keep this shit going.
Awesome. So you did just drop an EP, Spin the Block.
Yeah, spin the block.
Is that
EP
some
out now.
advice you would give to everybody? You want the people to go spin the block? What are you representing? What are you saying on the project?
I'm just popping my shit. The EP was for my fans. I had did a Pretty Ones tour, top of the year, and the cities that I did not hit on the first run, I spent the block, and I went to go hit the other city. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole meaning behind it. And my single Spin the Block out right now, doing pretty well. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of background stuff we got to take care of. It's a sample we ain't clear, so we can't really push it. So we getting that right. But be on the lookout. I'm independent now, so it's a lot of shit we've been doing. A lot of great things we've been doing.
Okay, so being independent now, do you think that gives you, do you approach your music differently, or are you able to do something creatively that you weren't when you were with the label?
Of course, obviously, I got in trouble about just putting my shit out, and I couldn't push it for real. But you know what I'm saying? It's free. You know what I'm saying? I can just drop when I want. I can be as creative as I want. I ain't really got no restrictions. You know what I'm saying? And the money come direct. So, independent grind is hard, but it's worth it.
Awesome. So, like you said, you just wrapped up a tour. You're starting another one, to spin
Yeah.
a block on where you didn't hit. When you did the first tour, what were some of your favorite stops?
Charleston, New Orleans, Atlanta. I sold out Atlanta back-to-back center stage. Had to do 2 nights. I was all over the place. Saint, all the cities was lit. I ain't gonna lie, we was going crazy. And we about to go crazy again.
Awesome. So, with every city being lit, as somebody who listens to your music and consider myself a fan,
Appreciate it.
your fan base is kind of like locked in. You have a very dedicated fan base. I want to say, how did you go about building that? But did you ever expect to be able to build that type of relationship with your listeners? And how do you maintain that?
It was my plan since day one. My first project was called A Star Is Born. My second was Become a Fan. My next one was Fan for Life. So that was all a part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at artists like Uzi and Playboy Cardi, how locked in they fans is, the Beyonce, the Beehive, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's what keep you in this game forever. So that was always the mission. You know what I'm saying? It's still the mission. I feel like it's solid, but we can turn it up a little more.
Awesome. The next question I have for you is, BET is also recognizing Busta Rhymes this year for all of
My
his
dog,
accomplishments with
Busta.
the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite songs or moments from Busta Rhymes' career?
Man, Busta the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? To this day, still walk around with that shit on, big ass chains, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed, but it's so crazy because before I even know they was honoring Busta, I was watching him in that in Janet Jackson video, and I was like, hey, they snap, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that, I want to recreate that, but just shout out to Busta, man, you know what I'm saying? He know he legendary. He's still out here doing what he do, so that's motivation to see. He in this game, what, 30 years, 20,
Mhm.
I don't know how long it's been, but I know I was a
Decades.
young nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he's still doing it, so that's the type of shit I want to be on.
Awesome. Going forward, you just mentioned that you would like to recreate something like what Busta and Janet had going on. Who would you look to doing that collaboration with? You know.
With that recreation?
Mhm.
That sound like some Kalani or something. That sound like some Queen Naja or something. Who knows? I don't know.
I can
Shit.
dig it.
You
I
feel
can
me?
dig it. Well, the last question I have for you today is if you could tell us, you've already mentioned you just dropped the EP.
Yeah.
You have another tour coming up, Spinning the Block. What else can fans expect from K Camp going forward this year?
More music. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting to go independent so I can just drop my music and keep that momentum going. I got 3 projects in the tuck. I got a hard drive for the thousands of songs. You know what I'm saying? This shit gonna hit them where it hurt.
Awesome.